The Bicycle Thieves. This will be presented by Lucy O'Neill. I don't know your last name, so I put Aubrey. And then Vittoria Fiorini. A little bit about the Bicycle Thieves. It's set in the late 1940s in Italy. The city that they were filming in was Rome, and the director was Vittorio De Sia, and he was a very low budget film, just like y'all know. What we're gonna go over in this will be historical context, the film industry context, contemporaneous critical reaction, and the content warnings.
So this is going to be the historical context of Bicycle Thieves. So Bicycle Thieves is a post-war film. This film takes place post of World War II. The war left Italy with a large amount of economic devastation, which caused widespread poverty and severe unemployment. There's also a lot of neorealism within the film. It captures the heartbreaking realities of the working class in Italy at the time. And a fun fact is that they achieved this by using some non-professional actors and filmed on location in the cities. There's also a lot of classism within it. This shows us how the society as a whole cared very little for the poorer classes. The poorer class our antagonist is in, and showed very little support for their problems.
Mhm.
Next thing we're going to cover is going to be the film industry context. The context is that none of the major film studios would fund this film. So the director,
Yeah.
Vittorio De Sica, had to raise money for this film himself. This film also was one of the many that was breaking away from the film style that was favored by the previous ruling fascist regime. Instead of being a white telephone film, it focused on poverty in everyday life. As previously stated, the actors used weren't professional actors. Actually, our main protagonist was a factory worker with no acting experience, and the young boy who plays our protagonist's son was found on the street during production. It was also filmed on location, showing real streets and real crumbling backgrounds. It was an infamous low budget film that still made a huge impact.
Contemporaneous critical reaction. Contemporaneous critical reaction. How it was received. At first, this film was heavily criticized for painting Italy so poorly. However, it became loved globally. It impacted the film industry because it was proven that a low budget production had the potential to become loved internationally. Golden Globes, Best Foreign Language Film, 1950. Academic Honor Award, 1950. Total Best Non-American Film, 1951. Content warnings. Content warnings. Violence. Luckily for us, this movie is pretty calm overall when it comes to violence, especially compared to TV nowadays. However, there are some scenes where our protagonist gets very rough with other characters, and other characters get rough with him. Child labor slash hitting. This film contains child labor as our protagonist's son goes to work at such a young age. The protagonist does strike his son in the movie. He does insult his child as well as his wife with strong language. Okay, religious ideology. This movie does take place in the late 1940s in Italy, where Catholicism is dominant. So there's a lot of mentions of church, religion, fandom, as well as our main character having religious doubts. I'm back. So here is my testimony. Wait, I'm gonna be covering my testimony. I feel like my little character will be right there, but here's my testimony. I said I think this is an interesting and important watch. I watched with a group of friends, and we were on our seats in anticipation. There's heartbreaks and beauties of this film that were captured wonderfully. Um, and my dad, he was born like 20 years later after this film, but his family grew up with it and he really liked it. But I think it's very like impactful because it shows us that not every story has a good ending. Anyways, thank you for watching. I had struggles with Canopy trying to watch this, so there's other places you can watch it. You can also watch it on HBO, Amazon, YouTube, and Roku channel, and then Fandango. Thank you guys.
Hey guys, my family and I put together a little video for you guys for Bicycle Thief. It includes people who don't have any acting experience, and it's filmed on location, just like the movie. And also, we use real Italian, as my father's Italian, so you contribute to that. I hope you all enjoy.
Ehi, cosa è successo?
Ladro! Ladro! Ladro!
Fermati!